episode.
And we're recording. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Jumpers. I'm here today with my boys Max and Moose. Guys, take it away. Lead into whatever the hell you want to say.
Max?
Yeah, we're here.
I'm like
My name
Dr.
is
Seuss.
Max. Sure, that's a adept comparison. My name is Max Walk. We're here with Mustafa Abdallah. How you doing, Moose?
Good. We had two great shows last night, AEW Dynamite and NXT. Starting off with AEW, the tag match with Kenny Omega and Hangman Page versus who was it against? I just watched it today.
It was
The Natural Nightmares.
The Natural Nightmares, which is
Dustin
QT
Rhodes and
Marshall
QT
Dustin
Marshall.
Rhodes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And QT Marshall actually impressed me a lot during that match.
So,
Same here.
dude, he's actually like low key. So like, even though he's got the worst look on the roster, I swear to God, like compared to anyone else, it seems like
How dare you?
I'm just saying, him and Butcher are just the top two when it comes to worst.
You
Like,
can't say
Havoc.
QT
Jimmy
Marshall is close to Butcher.
No, what I'm saying is him with that and his look. The fact that now he's finally fixing like his hair. I hate to be this person, but like he doesn't look like someone who I wanted to see on TNT at 7 p.m. You know, on a Thursday or a Wednesday.
He looks like a good guy that deserves it. That's worked his ass off for years,
Okay,
Kevin.
but-
So that's
Okay,
what
all right. I'm
Moving
not
on
going
from
to
that match
moving
was-
on from that.
That match was actually really amazing. I think Kenny and Hangman Page are awesome together. They just have a lot of chemistry and they just click well with each other in the ring.
And I think one thing that's kind of understated between that tag team, Moose, and maybe you can agree with me, dude, is that I think everyone kind of still considers Hangman as Hangman and Kenny Omega as Kenny Omega, and no one's like really like it's insane how good this tag team, like with them as the champions, the top two reigning and champions in the group, and then having also Revival and now Young Bucks and also the Lucha Bros, Butcher and Blade. I guess if you're weird, I don't know. Best friend. I'm just thinking there's a lot of people.
best friends.
That's getting.
Bum.
It's just adding a lot of layers, man.
Mhm.
That's all I'm saying. I think that tag team division is just so good with those two at the top, and it's kind of crazy. I mean, and they constantly just put out good match, and dude, they just seem like they're meshing just even better and better every time.
Mhm.
Damn, girlfriend's calling me.
Decline.
Decline.
I think you had a good point. I mean, it's still it's just amazing how great the tag team division overall is. I mean, besides the best tag team in the world, FTR, they've got obviously a super strong division. FTR's not even in the rankings yet. I mean, they still have the Natural Nightmares, who are undefeated this year. That was their first loss last night, which was a really, really good match. I think Dustin Rhodes keeps showing how good he still is. I mean, he's still so crisp in the ring.
Yeah.
I don't even look at him as a 50-year-old man.
I know it's crazy. I mean, it looks like he was just as a young sprung chicken as QT Marshall.
Dude, he looks better than QT Marshall's like 38, whatever. I can't believe they're getting him. He's also getting Allie too. I'm just more jealous on that. I think Allie.
I think you're jealous that he is getting Allie.
Yeah,
And Max,
and he deserves it.
And FTR is in action next week, Max.
Yeah, they are. Who are they up against again? I saw who it was. It was the Natural Nightmares, right? Aren't they facing the Natural Nightmares next week?
Are they
It should
really?
be, but I'm not 100% sure.
I know that they're
could be
wrestling
right.
next week. I
know
think
they are.
I forget who it is though. Either way, like the way I look at the show, it was a tag team show. I mean, it started off with the tag team championship match. At the 8:00 hour, they had the Young Bucks versus Super Bad Demons or whatever the hell the tag team name is.
Dude, the Young Bucks are so
the
good.
super bad, whatever the hell they are.
Like the super bad fucking crazy badass. I don't even know. It's
it's
pretty stupid.
Kip Sabian and it's
Kip Sabian
Havoc.
and Jimmy Havoc.
Yeah.
They've got some. It's like the super bad bros or something like that. It's super unmemorable, which was a really good match and kind of is creating a little 4-on-4 feud with FTR coming and Butcher and the Blade. We're trying as Butcher and the Blade to stop Butcher and the Blade from interfering, ending in a pretty entertaining little squabble after the match.
Mm-hmm.
And then the main event, which was the Denver Contendership Best Friends versus the Sex Gods. Yeah, which was another.
Sorry, I just wanted to point out, like, this is a little interesting that, like I thought the private or who was Best Friends. I thought they were the number one contenders.
They were.
So then they had to defend their number one contendership.
So after last week, and when they juiced the pulp out of Orange Cassidy, the what is this? The Sex Gods and
Like sex gods, yeah.
yeah, whatever Chris Jericho's thing is named, whatever, I forget. After that, best friends said they wanted a match with the Sex Gods immediately. They said they wanted this week, and they said they would only do it if they put up their no more contendership match. So they did kind of cover for that.
Okay.
They covered for it on commentary.
Okay, that makes sense.
Which made it make sense, and it also gives them a huge win, probably their biggest win still of their tag team career in AEW at least.
Mm-hmm.
And it just shows they can have 3 distinct tag team matches, and with 6 teams over the whole entire show that are all interesting and getting me excited for the more tag team matches. And it was just. Again, it just proves that they have the best tag team division in the world, and they didn't even have FTR wrestling. I mean, they haven't had the Dark Order on Dynamite in a while, and they haven't had the Spanish who is Phoenix and I'm blanking on his name, but they haven't had those guys either. Was it Spanish Bros, the Lucha Bros? Moose, what were you gonna say? Sorry,
I was gonna say, just going off what you said about all the tag teams. I can't remember the last time WWE had 3 tag team matches in one episode, and it killed all 3 of them. You know what I mean?
And usually, if they do tag team matches in an episode, it's such a throwaway episode.
Yeah. Exactly. Like 3-minute matches.
Yeah.
And So what was that with the Dark Order last night with that one girl? It was like a Divas match, whatever they're called.
So she lost.
Interesting match.
Yeah.
Interesting match. Abaddon is scary. She actually is scary.
That actually, that is like.
That's like taking freaky to the next level.
Yeah.
Her eye was like completely red, like completely bloodshot red. It made me just
her
literally
teeth are disgusting.
I know.
It's just like,
I assume she
it?
I assume
Like
she does
demon.
a lot of shit, but like
she does. She has to, and that could be a good character. But man,
it's definitely an interesting character, and it was like I guess it made sense to give her the win. And I don't know, this Anna Jay, who's got a good look, and she's young, obviously, so probably needs a lot of maybe some work still, but like interesting to put her with Brody Lee, maybe make her the Queen Exalted One, something like that. Have her build up, and while she's training as well. I'm always for more Brody Lee on my screen. I'm excited to see him back in action on Dynamite next week. So.
And the storyline going with this is that she's been on like a losing streak since she debuted, and that's
she
why
is 0-3.
He's gonna help her out, yeah.
Yeah, they rushed it. They definitely rushed it. I've seen her one time, and then she's had 3 matches, so it's been like a while since her last match. So it's like,
I mean, they need to build up somebody. And
no, I'm not complaining that's rushed.
Yeah.
I'm just saying like it is rushed, but I also like.
I figured that she was gonna win because they said whatever her name is in action tonight, So I figured like she was gonna. Have
they
a
didn't even say her
match.
opponent, and then they had Abaddon come out, and I was just like, "What the hell is going on?"
So Abaddon, like the girl that's been trapped in the closet for like 15 years.
Yeah, they announced that Abaddon is signed to AEW, so I mean, that's definitely an interesting character for the women's division. That's going to give them something different. So,
and then we got the debut of Ricky Starks. Or Richie Starks, whatever you pronounce it.
No, wasn't it? It was Billy. Well, would you want to go into that, or we can go into Billy?
Yeah, I was just gonna say that was a good match. I actually enjoyed. I mean, it was good 10-minute whatever match. But
which match, Billy versus MJF?
No, Cody's match.
Oh, cool. Yeah, Cody versus Ricky Starks.
Yeah, his debut at AEW,
continuing his defense of the TNT title.
Yep,
I agree. It was a good match. I mean, not. Probably almost on par with last week versus Mark Webb, but not close to the Jungle Boy match. But entertaining and definitely like since it was the debut of this guy, obviously I think they didn't want to blow his low prematurely and have him have too huge of a match. But they showed he's got a lot of potential.
He's gonna have a good career in AEW. I think so.
He seems like he'd be an AEW dark guy for a while, but that's just me.
Yeah, but I mean, they're gonna build him up for couple years. I mean,
that's a good signing.
And he's also an 8-year veteran, so that's what they're.
A dark guy. Wow! Immediately, Kevin just blows this guy off.
I think he's another NWA. Nobody what do you mean? Like, look at the track record for people who are just like him.
I don't know. I mean, I liked what he did last night. I'm excited. I'd watch a match with him next week in Dynamite.
Right, but do you actually care about who he is? Do you not think he just looks like another guy who wears Gucci shoes and dresses nice?
I'm interested to hear more about who he is.
I don't know.
Maybe put him with MJF or something. I don't know. He seems.
Possibly.
Yeah, that could be something. Yeah, you're right. Good point. That's a good idea. That could be something there.
I just think they give him a squash match on Dynamite, and they also give him some matches on Dark to build his record up a little bit. Maybe give him a few tag matches. Build him up a little bit. But from all I've heard, is he was one of the biggest free agents in all of wrestling right now, outside of the WWE guys who are still on that 90-day lockdown or whatnot.
Good point.
So in that respect, it was a really good signing, and he's got a great look. He seems – I don't know how old he is, but he seems pretty young still, even though he's an 8-year veteran. He seems like he's 30 or younger, I assume.
Yeah.
I don't know for sure.
He looked pretty young.
But he's got a good look, and he's had a good match with Cody to start off. So I think he's got good potential. I don't know if he's got world champion potential, but he's got potential.
Yeah. Maybe I don't know why. I just wish this was more impactful, just the way these title defenses were. I guess maybe that
have been a little bit lackluster overall.
Because I think it's just no matter what we know, like we don't really know the people who he's been facing. Like they've either been like a tag team wrestler who. Sorry, what were you saying, Moose?
I think they're gonna build it up they're either gonna do it at a pay-per-view or a Dynamite. They're gonna build it up for MJF versus Cody Rhodes for the TNT title. I could see them doing that on a Dynamite just because, technically that's the only person Cody has lost to or whatever, vice versa.
True.
And
that's a good point.
I could just see him doing that just because, like you said, they're just having some random dudes wrestling besides Jungle Boy. Mm-hmm. And so I think MJF would be a good opponent for him, in the next couple weeks or.
They've already confirmed his Fyter Fest opponent is Jake Hager. So.
Okay, yeah, true. So I could see. Do you think Jake Hager beats him?
No. Yeah, I don't
too
see
early.
It's too soon. Yeah, it's
way
too
soon.
Early. Yeah. So I
honestly could see Cody Rhodes holding this for a while. They just want Cody Rhodes with the title, and I think
I 100% agree.
Yeah, I think he holds this longer than Omega or I think he'll hold this longer than not Jericho. Longer than Jericho. I think but he will hold it longer for Moxley. Moxley's gonna lose it before Cody does.
Yeah,
that's what I think.
I don't disagree.
But again, you're right, and I hate to be the person who's denies Ricky Starks guy. I just need to see more of him, I guess. I was hoping for
I think you're right, but I thought he got over.
I guess.
I thought he got over that. Truthfully, I thought he did really well.
I agree with both of you guys. I think there needs to be more of showing more of him, but also he didn't do a bad job to whereas I think he could possibly down the line be a really good competitor in AEW.
No, I'm gonna ask Moose this, and then I want you to also answer, Matt. Or actually, I'll ask Moose this, and then I want you to answer, Max. With everything going on, who do we? Is there anything next week being announced for the TNT title again, or have they announced it?
I didn't see it. I don't know.
They did not announce an opponent yet, but they might. But he's going to defend it next week, obviously, and then the week after that is when Fyter Fest starts.
Okay, I got you. Who are the people do we think that Cody could lose it to? I guess I guess it's kind of interesting. Here's what I think is just I think somebody like Pentagon would really do well with a title like this, and he can't necessarily be back. Pac could do really well with a title like this. I guess do you guys? Who do you guys want to see him defend, or who do you guys want to see as people who would take it from him?
I'd say Pac when he comes back, MJF potentially, even Jungle Boy. Even though he already wrestled him the first time, Jungle Boy's proven that day in and day out that he's amazing.
And are they continuing that feud? Is that what we're kind of assuming too? The feud with MJF and Jungle Boy.
Yeah,
they are.
They saw the last night after the match. After the match, they got into a little
fight, right?
Yeah. A big pull apart brawl. Yeah, they set up next week. It's Wardlow versus Luchasaurus in a long match.
There's a photo on Twitter of Joey Janela, who's trying. Everyone's trying to stop that brawl, and Joey Janela just I'm done. I'm gonna just walk. He just walks away. like from trying to stop it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually
Before-
like Joey Janela. I don't know why.
I like Joey.
Yeah.
Before we move on, I just want to say one thing is I wish the open challenges were open challenges. I wish he would come out and say, like, this is an open challenge. Anybody in the back can get their chance.
Like John
Instead of
Cena.
announcing 2 in a row. I mean, yeah, you don't do it just like John Cena, but yeah, you do an open challenge. You're surprised. You don't know who's you're going to defend against. I mean,
Yeah.
you have Arn Anderson picking this guy. I mean, it's interesting to do it that way, but I just like it when it's kind of a surprise where it's like anybody can answer. I mean, he's given it to 2 faces so far, and then the debuting Ricky Starks, which has been a fun little series, but I think I wanted him to just really open it up to anybody because it seems like he's almost handpicking his opponents right now besides Hager.
And I wonder, do you think like after this Hager thing, we are going to start seeing more credible defenses against people? Maybe like again, I bring up Jeff Cobb. I think that would be so sick. Like, you know, he like a good match where I want a match maybe where I think Cody might lose it.
I really don't think the credibility is the issue because I'm never gonna think he's gonna lose it on Dynamite. I'm not gonna have that thought,
Unless
but
it's
I'm
Lance
always
Archer.
gonna be invested in that match because it's Cody and it's against a young guy who can prove himself to be an elite talent. It's like knowing what likely is the outcome of a match has never made me not enjoy a match. So I think he needs to continue to do what he's doing is putting over these young guys and showing that these guys can wrestle while also mixing in Hagers and those top stars for like longer feuds, which is kind of what they're doing.
Okay, that makes sense. And then you make a good point though, Archer too. I think Archer like
He'll do a
what's
rematch.
Archer he'll do a rematch of course.
He showed up watching the show this week.
That's right, he was watching it in the stands. He was on AEW Dark.
Yeah.
This week I watched. I mean, so I don't know. He was starting. I don't think he was really starting anything with that, but yeah. And then anything else you guys want to add to this with the Cody Rhodes kind of feud? I guess was there anything? Was it just Jake Hager kind of just like staring on like from far?
Yeah, he was just watching it. Yeah,
he watched it on the TV from backstage.
Okay, that's interesting.
NXT.
Well, we got to get. Well, let's. I mean, what was the main event?
Main event was Lay Sex Gods versus Best Friends.
That's right. And is there anything else you guys wanted to add to that?
No. Before we get to that, though, I need to say I love Britt Baker again this week. She's continuing to be a star every week. First off, with her little notes, the note she's passing on to Tony. I love how she just messes with Tony, and she's got just such the great like heel like know-it-all look, and she's just perfect in it. I love that they're keeping her on TV. I was so surprised after like a few weeks after they kept her on TV, and she's continued to knock it out of the park. So I like that they're doing a feud with her. They're setting up matches for her when she can't even wrestle yet. So I think that's
I think she's
really good booking.
I definitely think she's the next women's champion when she's healthy.
Yeah, dude, she needs to win it. I mean, they need that dude, especially you can see Chris Statlander. Statlander's injured.
She tore his ACL. Yeah.
Who else is injured? I mean, Britt, of course. Those are 2 big stars that they were trying to put their money onto when they first started, AEW.
Mm-hmm. So. I say throw it to Abaddon right away. Throw it to her. Push her to the championship.
Dude, Abaddon
and Nyla Rose, a tag team.
Yeah, dude. Where's Awesome Kong?
I just was thinking about that.
She was such a big deal when she debuted, and she's been on 2 episodes, I think, of like, and one of them was like AEW Dark, and she hasn't been anywhere.
It's probably just COVID stuff.
You're right. God damn it. Of course.
But
that's just how.
What can we do?
What can you do? But yeah, good. Just a solid episode. One thing that's interesting about AEW is they don't have to put all their top stars on the show, and they can still produce a good show, which is pretty cool. Whereas when you watch like,
what top stars weren't on the show?
I'm just saying they didn't have to have I guess you're right. They didn't really have good match. Like I'm just saying it wasn't like big.
Young Bucks, Kenny Omega and Hangman defended. Cody defended. Jericho was in the main event. Orange Cassidy came out. I mean,
Pac isn't there. Pentagon.
They're still in different countries.
Yeah, well,
those are people that haven't been there because they haven't.
My favorite wrestlers. What do you?
Of course, I love Pac too. I love Pac. Don't freaking come at me, bro. I watched the Lucha Bros and freaking Lucha Underground.
I
You
don't
know
think
I
you
love Ray
did.
Phoenix.
Oh yeah,
I
I'm just
did.
saying. I'm just saying those are 3 stars that I really
Back when
like. And they're missing.
freaking what's his name? A Pentagon Jr. was breaking arms, bro. He was
Okay, can I let me fix it then, Max. Let me fix my statement. I'm just saying Kevin Owens versus Garza, to me, like it like still didn't make me as excited. And that's a bigger match to me than watching like the Butcher and the Blade versus the Young Bucks versus Sabian and Havoc. Like
Super
I
Bad
give
Bros.
zero shits about those guys. And I just but I still was excited. Like it was still a good episode. Whereas sometimes with Raw, it could be 2 guys I care about, but just because of just the way it goes, I'm sometimes just getting a little lulled through, a little bored.
Yeah, it was
I still
decent.
Young Bucks match,
It was a
whenever
decent
that
episode.
is.
It wasn't a huge, great episode, but
I just feel like they didn't have to put out like NXT is putting out some solid matches on free TV.
NXT was definitely the clear winner to me again.
Well, I'm
Yeah,
saying
NXT
I was just as entertained watching AEW with not as good of a card compared to NXT, which had a way better card.
Next week's NXT is going to be unreal.
Yeah, let's go
Yeah,
into
next
NXT.
week's-
Max, dive into this. Let's see what we got here.
Yeah, a lot of stuff coming here. So, I mean, probably the biggest story is what they're doing with the NXT Championship and North American Championship. So, next week we've got the triple threat: Keith Lee versus Johnny Gargano versus Finn Balor for
Yeah.
the NXT North American Championship. And that
Oh,
winner
is that
of
the
that
match that I
match,
predicted? Oh, that's crazy.
I mean, we both talked about it. We were on the same show here.
Mm-hmm.
And so they set up this match, and then the winner of that is going on to July 8th or July 1st. One of those shows, I think maybe July 8th, to a winner takes all match with Adam Cole, Bebe, the NXT champion. So it'll be NXT champion Adam Cole versus the winner of that match with the North American Championship. Winner takes all.
Oh my god!
Really big
Crazy.
stuff happening. I mean, they're
Yeah.
definitely trying to get some counter programming to Fyter Fest.
And then they also got next week on NXT as well. You got Killian Cross versus
Karrion Cross
Karrion Cross. I always call him Killian. I don't know why.
Versus Bronson Reed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be
Yeah.
sick. That'll be a
I'm
good heavy match, heavy loading match. I feel like.
I think Karrion's gonna kick his ass. I think he's gonna squash him in like 2 minutes.
Were they in the same? Were they back in the? I don't know why. Were they in like Lucha Underground together?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Okay, maybe not. Maybe not. Yeah. Do you like Bronson Reed?
He's got a decent look.
Especially-
Not really.
Yeah.
I mean, when you wrestle Leo Rush or Leo Rush, fucking
Leo Ruff.
Leo Ruff.
Leo Ruff. That's right. Yeah.
Anyone can
Leon
look
Ruff.
and get
Isn't that
stuff.
Leon Ruff?
Leon Ruff.
Yeah,
Leon Ruff.
Leon Ruff just tweeted, he's like, I've been on every show in the last month. It's like Ross, he's getting squashed on Raw, SmackDown, 205 Live, and NXT. It's like,
Dude, good for him.
Good job, Leon. I'm happy
Yeah,
for him.
congrats for Leon.
He's
man.
the OG jobber though. Like
Yeah, a great name for a jobber, Leon Ruff. And then
Yeah.
he will get a win. At some point, he'll get a win, and it'll be huge.
Yeah.
Everybody will love it.
He's
gonna be the guy
he's gonna beat Santana Escobar for the cruiserweight title.
Santos.
Santos Escobar, which actually I kind of like. Let's just go into
let's
NXT
go into
show. I mean,
Yeah.
do you want to go
Talk about
into
what we
the beginning show, or what do you want to talk about? What like the beginning of the show is Imperium and
Versus
Imperium
Brago
versus
or Breezango. I mean, not
Emporium.
Imperium,
Yeah.
you idiot, not Emporium.
No, it was Marsupial and Fabio versus the Emporium.
Oh,
Emporium,
yes,
yeah.
yeah.
you idiot.
Yeah, I'm an idiot.
Don't call me an idiot. We're
Yeah.
talking about
Stupid
Breezango.
idiot.
I loved that. I just love Breezango. They just are so. I mean, I've always loved Breezango because I thought they had the right amount of seriousness, but also being really comedic. And yeah, it was a pretty good match overall. I mean, I didn't think Imperium was about to lose this, but it was good back and forth. And then also brought out some other tag teams, kind of set up what the top of the division really looks like.
And Max, I kind of agree with you. I remember a couple weeks ago you were saying Imperium, besides Walter, doesn't really do much for you. And I kind of agree. Like last night, or when I was watching this morning, it's like they're decent, but like they're not like I don't think they're top.
They're
They
good in the
shouldn't be
ring.
They shouldn't be champions. I don't.
They're
think.
good in the ring, but they aren't stars.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
They just have bland faces. I mean, it's like my cousin Rick just going out there and trying to do
With
a
the
match.
British
It's like,
accent.
it's just Rick.
Yeah, Leon Ruff. It's just Leon Ruff out there. You know?
Leon Ruff has more charisma.
Yeah, no,
He
you're
comes
right.
out though.
I just think, dude, and then what do you guys think of like Dexter Loomis and Velveteen Dream
Yeah, he
now
wants
being
he
added
wants to
to
be
the
a part.
tag team division?
Yeah, but
That's interesting to me.
Yeah,
I can
it's,
see what they might be doing with that though. Is like
it's
how
gonna
he's
be
like
funny,
I'm
random and
just
weird
I
as
get
hell.
creeped out. I get creeped out by Dexter. I'm not gonna lie. I get creeped. He showed up in Velveteen Dream just like
and
I'm like,
Velveteen's like I'm a solo act. I can see Dexter Loomis like stop in
ah!
the next couple weeks, and then eventually they'll team up together, and then
Hmm.
Or
be
it'll lead to a feud. One of the
yeah.
two.
I just hope they keep Dexter Loomis. Seems like he's a good character right now, but when he gets on Raw, it's gonna get fruity as hell. I just feel like it's,
Yeah.
but he's good on NXT. They're doing well with pushing him on NXT right now.
Although he's got a really good look. He's
Yeah,
pretty in shape, which I think Vince will like. So
and
I
he's
mean,
got a dinner.
Uh,
You're right. Good point.
at least he's got that working for him.
I think one of my
Yeah.
favorite parts of the show though was definitely the Undisputed Era therapy session. That was funny.
Yeah, that was great. I thought that was great too. I thought Kyle O'Reilly was so funny as
Yeah,
the
being a
doctor. I mean,
therapist.
Kyle O'Reilly looks badass right now with his thick beard. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I honestly didn't see that part. What happened there?
Super.
So Adam Cole and Bobby were gonna bring Roderick, who needs to go to therapy because he's still, has some PTSD from being kidnapped by Dexter Loomis.
Yeah.
They brought him to a doctor and I'm laying on the couch and they showed it was Kyle O'Reilly just pretending to be a doctor, putting on a fake accent, and he was basically just asking him questions about how he feels. He did him do like a Rorschach test, and he kept
Yeah.
saying everything looked Dexter Loomis, or that looked like the trunk. And then they brought him out to try to face his fear and go into a trunk again.
Start
And then he was
sprinting away.
he was about to, then he just sprinted away for like a mile. He just ran. It was pretty good stuff overall. They're really charismatic. So they make it work without being too cheesy, but being on earth, but still funny.
All right. Yeah, that's a good point. Can we go back? Or sorry, and then so let's, now that we're talking about the Undisputed Era and everything. So are we predicting, is Keith who this is huge. I don't think we're talking about this enough. The fact that Keith Lee has to face Finn Balor and Johnny Gargano, which is insane. And then whoever wins that match has to face Adam Cole for the title, but defend their title at the same. There's two titles. That's.
I think
unreal.
Finn Balor wins. I think Finn Balor wins because he's never won the North American Championship. I think Finn Balor wins. It's either him or Keith Lee. I don't think they'll give it to Gargano.
No, Gargano won again. Yeah,
I
I agree. I
think it'll be Finn Balor. I want Finn Balor just because, he was the NXT champion a long time ago, and since he's came back to NXT, he really hasn't had that true championship push, other than that 2-week feud that he had with Adam Cole, or whatever. You know what I mean? So I think it's his time.
And it'd be good. It'd be really good for him too, dude, to finally, because it depends. If Undisputed Era is going to move up to the main roster,
Yeah,
I could see them. Adam Cole loses it to Finn Balor, and then they have Keith Lee have his babyface chase. No, because Max, let me finish. Stop shaking your head, because Keith Lee, the biggest thing about being a face is the chase. Once you have the title, it's never as good as you want it to be. Never as good. So you want to keep him hot with people, you have him chase. You don't have him just win one title and then have him win them both.
No, I agree. I'm not disagreeing about Keith Lee. I agree that that's probably a good idea. But I don't think Adam Cole's losing it to Finn Balor. I think Finn Balor is going to win, though, and I think Adam Cole beats him because I think Adam Cole's losing it to Karrion Kross. They're not going to just blow that off.
That's a good point.
That's what's going to happen.
I don't think
he's going to become a double champion, and Karrion Kross is going to win them both, baby.
I don't.
Because
They're
mega pushing him.
Karrion Kross, is unreal, but I don't think it's fair. I think Finn Balor is better than Karrion Kross, and he's a better person to have the title. Even though Karrion Kross is a big beast and he's a savage, but he's not Finn Balor. He doesn't have the fan base that Finn Balor
has. That's a good opinion.
He's not a person you have as the face of your company, or your brand.
And I understand. I agree with you, dude, because he's also former Universal Champion, but also that that's huge. That Finn Balor is a former Universal Champion, and that that also could help too. I agree, but also Karrion Kross right now is maybe the most legit star on NXT right now.
Yeah, but
absolutely.
But do you think he could carry? You think he's good enough to carry the NXT
him and Scarlett? Yeah, I think him and Scarlett could do it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're another heel team that's gonna be, you know.
And he's not
They're gonna
ugly,
want.
dude. He's pretty charismatic himself. Like
Yeah.
he'll be
Oh
fine.
yeah.
He's gonna want to take it, dude. He Impact, man. The reason he has such a chip on his shoulder because Impact never truly pushed him as the guy, and he's still pissed off about that.
So do you think his win over Ciampa is gonna push Ciampa to the main roster? Do you think he's
No,
staying in?
I think Ciampa's just taking a little break.
What was that?
Probably just taking a break, just so they can give him like some time, like maybe a couple weeks, a few weeks.
I think he might turn heel, but I think he'll stay in NXT.
Yeah, I think he's staying.
I guess he did
NXT.
tweet. He did tweet. He's like NXT for life. I guess. I think he's the one who should deserve the title, but just because he was a champion for a long time, then
He does, dude.
then broke his neck or had to
He
get neck
does.
surgery. That's just not fair at all.
It's difficult because you
But-
have to push new guys, and Karrion Kross needs to be pushed too.
That's
Well, yeah,
the
but
story.
I think what they should have done.
That's the story.
I get that, but what they should have done is
No.
what they should have
That's a
had
good point,
him
though,
beat
Max.
Adam Cole. They should have had him beat Adam Cole when he came back, like after a couple weeks. Should beat him and then have Adam Cole beat him, or have someone else have Adam Cole beat him like the second time.
You
Just-
just are you getting bored of Adam Cole as the champion
No,
right
no,
now? It
that's
seems
not what I'm
like?
saying. No, what I'm saying is when Ciampa
Yes,
came
that's what
back,
you're saying.
they should have gave him the title and then had Adam Cole beat him like at another pay-per-view. You know,
But now
just
he's
give
the longest
Ciampa that
reigning
title back.
champion.
I disagree completely. I think
Yeah.
they booked Adam Cole
sorry, Moose.
perfectly as champion. And like I get what you're saying. And like truthfully, when Adam Cole wrestled Tommaso, we watched it together back in February. I wanted Tommaso. I was predicting Tommaso, and having Adam Cole win was, I think, the smartest thing. Having Tommaso go into the feud with Johnny, being away
Yeah.
from the championship, because now Adam Cole is the longest reigning NXT champion of all time. He's a beast, and he's about to lose his title to Karrion Kross after these matches. That's what I'm predicting. And who do you think is going to be that guy that takes it off of Karrion Kross? It's going to be the guy that lost to Karrion in his first takeover.
Who everyone
match.
likes,
Who
who
Everyone
everyone's a fan of.
loves.
That's it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, it might be 9 months down the road, but that's it. It's in the chase. And Tommaso has that babyface factor where he can have that money chase now
Mhm.
instead of just being in a rushed match to win the championship.
I could see, honestly, bringing up that point, Max. I mean, with how sporadic Vince is, I could see Vince doing the Kevin Owens treatment, but with Karrion Kross, having Karrion Kross be like the champion NXT and then come up to Raw or SmackDown too.
It's possible. It's very possible. Yeah, he might do that, and then they'd have to transition the title off him.
Off of him to
obviously.
Ciampa.
Just like they did with Finn Balor and Kevin back in the day.
Yeah. I don't know. I could see that happening. It wouldn't be out of realm. I could see Vince really thinking that. But
Very
also,
possible.
I also just think it's good the fact that like it's good to see that Ciampa can have these feuds with superstars. Like that's how you can tell you're the true legends from like the great superstars. Even is that the people who don't need a title to have a great feud or to have a great story, to have a great match.
Mm-hmm.
So it's good to see that, take a little break. Hopefully you have another good singles, storyline with somebody, and then hopefully get his redemption arc to get Goldie back. I've been waiting for Goldie for years. Max and I used to just mouth water at the fact that like his Twitter game, Ciampa's Twitter game was unreal at one point.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, he's kind of slowed down.
When he
but
just
that's
turned
fine.
into a heel. When he turned into a heel, at first that was insane. But yeah, oh yeah, there you go. Hit it, Max. Oh yeah. All right.
What are you talking about? Anyway. Anywho.
So,
But
question. I don't want to sound like dumb, but so are the women's tag team champs? They can go to any show and
Yes.
wrestle them, I assume.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yes.
I was kind of confused when I saw that on like the card. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah. And hey, dude, it was sick to see the legends back. Good transition into
Yeah, very good main event too. I mean,
And then Io Shirai comes out and protects her land, pretty much.
Yep. Represents essentially, steps up to the plate. I love that.
yeah, same here.
So why are Tegan Knox and Shotzi, are they a tag team division or tag team together? Why are they the ones facing Banks and Bailey?
I think they were just
Weren't
good
they
friends in a storyline. So they,
weren't they part of the 6-woman tag match at Takeover though together?
yeah, and they were the two outside of Mia Yim and Candice LeRae that had their own feud basically. So I mean, they were kind of the two that were in the ring when they got the pin at that on Takeover.
Dude, I think Shotzi Blackheart is underlooked. I think she's really good. I really like her.
I think a lot of people are having that same Same idea with you two, Moose. Is that
Same
she's starting to really rise up
realization.
some. Yeah, she's starting to rise up some rankings for everybody.
I think they might need to change up her gimmick a little bit. I don't like her coming on that little tank. I mean, it's funny, but it's kind of just like
I don't know. I could see that. That'd
It's
be sick
unique.
someday at WrestleMania. She comes out in
Yeah,
a
a
tank or
bit,
something.
Yeah, Rusev-esque.
Is that crazy how Kairi Sane was supposed to come out like on like of a pirate ship at this WrestleMania this year, and it
Really?
just never
Yeah,
happened?
really?
Because,
That sucks.
yeah, and so
Because
now
that
she's
was a
barely
theme
even.
too.
Well, I mean, she's injured. Nia Jax injured her again.
Yeah,
Nia just hurts everybody.
yeah. Unfortunately, she has been hurting out, and she's
And they
just a
still
little bit of a
protect
liability in the
her.
ring.
It's so stupid. They still protect her with a double count-out finish at pay-per-view.
Because
Yeah, that was
dude,
stupid.
well, she was supposed
Have
to be
her
the one who
lose.
took the title from Becky.
She was.
That was what rumors were, and they don't want. I think they did that to like save face with Asuka because they didn't want Asuka to take the title and then lose.
Yeah.
know?
Before we're running out of time, I think we should just quick touch on Santos Escobar, continuing his mega heel turn this week. Another big spot with Drake Maverick doing the Bubba Ray Dudley move through a table. Same thing he did to the Carter. What's the lady Carter's name that run TNA?
Dixie Carter.
Dixie Carter. It's the same
Yep.
thing Bubba Ray did to Dixie Carter back in the day.
Yep.
Really good spot. Looked pretty stiff. Drake Maverick hitting the concrete floor, which is looks pretty rough. But it's hope he's okay. I think he is okay. But
Mm-hmm.
do you guys like this continuation of the turn of him being unmasked, being unmasked?
Yeah, it's cool
and being
because he's
Santos
like.
Escobar?
I like it so far too. Yeah.
So do I.
And I didn't realize he could
Yes.
actually talk like that well. You know what I mean? I didn't think he was like a talker.
Yeah, that's what I think they was really smart about is they definitely hid his ability to speak English. Like I kind of touched on that last week that like once he unmasked, he sounded like he was speaking pretty fluently in English.
Mhm.
And this week, I mean, he was the same thing. So it's like definitely seemed like they wanted to kind of hide how good of an English speaker he was behind the mask at first for this turn, which was really smart. Even though people kind of saw it coming, it makes it even more impactful that he can also talk better than maybe Andrade can still nowadays.
And Garza.
I mean, Garza
Yeah.
can speak pretty good.
He's got a good. Yeah, he's got a good. But yeah, it's good to see that, dude. Another good episode. I think we all agree that NXT probably won this week.
Yep.
A lot of
Yep.
good things happening. We didn't even get it covered just because we're all kind of rushed right now. But we didn't even get it covered. Killian Dane versus Damian Priest. Killian Dane is back on NXT.
Damian
Good things are
won.
going to happen. But hey,
Yep.
you know what? This was a great week of wrestling on Wednesday. Wednesday night undoubtedly is the best night to watch wrestling. Wednesday night is wrestling now. WW, I love that. But hey, you know what? That's our show for this week. Max and Moose, where can everybody find you guys?
You can find me on Twitter at mabdallah.
All
And you
right.
can find me at Max_walk.
All right, awesome. This is Just Three Jobbers here, everybody. Thank you guys for listening and subscribing, doing everything for us. We all love you guys. We all miss you, and hopefully Moose is
Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. We're gonna be on iTunes,
20
podcasts,
20,
Spotify.
yep.
Oh, here he is.
There he is. We
There
lost
he
you
is.
For a second, Moose.
What happened?
You
We didn't hear a
froze.
single
Oh.
thing. What's your Twitter? Go, hurry.
mabdallah20.
All right, guys. We love you.
Woo!
Peace. And have a great
Peace.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, however day you listen to this. See ya.